Hello Chipsters, it's Gav and welcome to another one of my videos. I apologise that they are coming thick and fast at the moment. It's just, as always with me, sometimes I get projects coming to an end, or I've got a lot to show, like on those Empress Late War British. This time I've finished the client's commission. The last one was the Royal Horse Guards, which are the blues. So these guys here. Blues. These are the guys that you'll see outside Horse Guards Parade when we like coronations and state openings of Parliament and that. You'll see the guys in the red coats riding the horses with the white plumes. They are the lifeguards, and these are the Blues and Royals, and known at the time as the Royal Horse Guards. And obviously, for obvious reasons, they wear a blue jacket. So again, these were forgotten again, haven't I? I've done enough of these. You know where they're from. But as I say, they're old sculpts from the 1980s. They show their age a bit, slightly clunky, but they're still nice figures to paint. I've done them fairly simply. The yellow is a tad more yellow than it would be. It's more like a goldy yellow. However, trying to get that to show up on these little figures is, I'm just trying to, it's like I've got to. These are going to be for Epic for the client. These are Epic I'm going to be selling British. But what I'm trying to say is, on this scale, I try and brighten them up slightly with the highlights to more than they normally would be. And I've done the same with these guys, so that the colours of the blues on the blues, they're a bit brighter than they obviously would be. I just think they were at this scale. It just needs to have that touch extra done to them. Done most of the horses in dark browns and blacks rather than too lighter colours on them. From what I could see, the trumpeter didn't seem to have that many variations on him compared to like some units. So I put him on the white horse, and basically, as far as I could see from all the artwork I was looking at, it was more or less the same as the rest of the guys. So quick look at the guys that are all arrayed on their bottle tops, because obviously the client's going to base them. I believe he bases them actually on the original Warlord Epic bases. He says he likes the infantry and the artillery and that, but he prefers the cavalry, this type of cavalry. These are metal figures, by the way, all in one cast. So yeah, let's take a quick look, and that'll be another one. They'll get wrapped up a bit later on. They've had a couple of coats of varnish, and they'll get wrapped up, and we'll wait for him to pick them up because he lives locally. Just a quick thank you as well. I'm going to be sending you a message in a minute, John. I sent one of my subscribers who's been commenting on my stuff for years, John Crone, been known to me as JC. He had taken a lot of interest in that Napoleonic flat figure as I was working on it, and he said he'd been in the army in Germany, and obviously a lot of them are from Germany, and he said he used to see them and buy them himself, and I just thought, well, yeah, I can enjoy the figure I've painted, but I often get just as much enjoyment, giving it to somebody else knowing that they'll enjoy it, and that's where that's gone. So that's gone to John here in the UK, and he's enjoying it, hopefully now. But he said, Gav, I want to send you something down. And I said, no, honestly, I'm not sending stuff out to have it back. I genuinely, it's like a lot of us. You can do something nice for somebody else. Why wouldn't you? And he said, no, I want to send you some bits and pieces. And they were bits, well, I say bits and pieces, they weren't broken. But he sent me I'm not going to show it, but he sent me a whole box full of Napoleonic Histoire collections figures, the 54mm figures. Obviously I'm still doing the Airfix one, as and when. We'll get a show at some stage. But he sent me those down. There's some metal figures in there, some resin. There was just like a whole bunch. So John, I just wanted to put it on camera. Thank you very, very much, Mara. That, as you said, I think, and I'll definitely say that'll keep me on, going on and off for years. I won't be doing anything soon with them. Although you do get tempted, don't you? I was looking at it and I thought, no, I'm just looking around me. Oh, Napoleonics everywhere. I've got models still need to be finished, which now this commission's out of the way, I'm going to have a push to get the Dragonfly finished, and then try and get one of the other models finished as well. I've actually, like this week, most nights I'm reading up on the Solomons campaign and the naval battle main area around the Solomons campaign, World War II, and I keep looking over the deck Lexington under a dust sheet, and I would really like to get the deck Lexington a bit further forward. So it's not popular videos. Whenever I do Lexington, it goes. I don't care. I like the well, not just the Lexington. I like building those 1 in 700 ships. But like everything else, I do them. It might have a solid week of work on most nights, and then I might not touch it at all for 2 or 3 weeks. Just how the feeling takes me. Anyway, let's go down and take a look. Waffle, waffle, ramble, ramble. Right, guys, here they are. Oh, let's just get some more light on the subject. I really have to invest in some extra lighting at some point. Yep, that's our trumpeter. As I say, there's not a lot of I mean, there's simplified details, and you can't see a lot, like the collar details on these Royal Horse Guards. They have like a red patch on the collar front, and then the yellow goes up to meet it, but you can't see it the way the head and the chin scales are on these little figures. You really can't see them. So as I say, I've tried to be the yellow a bit muted, but at the same time I needed it to show up more than just like the yellow, goldy looking yellow that I believe that they would normally have. Then we've got the red and blue coxcomb on the top. I've gone for the red stripe down the cartridge belt. Obviously it's not a stripe, it's actually I think it's the picking, isn't it, the picking lanyard for the to pick out on the fusel on the fusel, what, the plate where they put the fine powder for sparking. Isn't that what it is? I believe. I might be wrong. So it's not an actual red, it's actually a piece of, for a better word, it's like a piece of red rope or string, whatever you want to call it. It's not actually a white and red cartridge strap. It's like, and you'll see it if you look on the modern blues now, that, and I believe the lifeguards have got it as well. It's held in place by a couple of clips. And I was umming and ahhing. The first lot I didn't put it on, and I thought, because it's just going to look like a red stripe down the middle, and I thought, well, it does look like a red stripe down the middle anyway, so you might as well do it. So the second lot I painted, put that on, and then went back to the first and did those as well. So I say the blues is obviously a bit more light, and I try and use like the Mediterranean blue on them to lighten it up, like I would do, say, the French Imperial Guard, rather than try and use like a lighter blue. And then I usually put something like star blue on, just to bring it up slightly. Again, it's just the scale really. A lot of the times they were pictured, whenever I've seen them in artwork, they actually had the grey saddlecloth rather than this shabraque on. I did the last lot with the grey saddlecloth. The ones I did before, I did with their painted but you know, put the shabraque colours on, and I just thought, well, I'm going to do the same with these guys. Actually, I'll put the shabraque on, because they haven't got there's a fair bit of space on theirs, on their shabraque there, just to make it into a saddlecloth. It's probably a bit much really. So and they are the blues, so let's do that. So that's about it. They're all the same really. You know, roughly painted. It's always roughly with me. Roughly painted. I can't do the raw cipher like that properly, especially metallics. But I've had a go just to show that it is the raw cipher. Officers I gave gold scabbards to the swords, and gold trim obviously instead of the yellow. And they have the actual peak of the, I was going to say the shaka, but the peak of the helmet, for want of a better word, is actually fully brass and not just black with a brass rim around the outside. Obviously, as you can see, again, 80s type sculpt. I mean, it's way over scale and everything, but it is what it is. And the client's happy enough with these. He prefers these, as I say, than the actual Warlord mounted figures. He likes the infantry and the artillery, but not so much the cavalry. So, thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. It was a pleasure to do these. Something I've never done in any scale, I don't believe, the blues. As I say, I'll give you a show of the I can't remember which, I come from the 2nd or 3rd King's German Legion. They all look the same, really, to be honest with you, apart from the colours. But I'll show you those on a video tomorrow. I'll probably film them now and then stick that video up tomorrow or Sunday. And then I might have had a couple more World War II figures painted. With the World War II figures, I'll probably paint another 2 to 3, 4, whatever, I don't know, and then show them together. I'll probably go back and redo the flesh on that corporal that I painted. I wasn't massively happy with that, but I just want to decide on what flesh tones I'm going to use. So that's it. That's it. I've got a fair bits to show, a fair few. We've got the Empress, those Empress English Civil War that I bought off eBay. Got to show you those as well. So there's plenty to go over the coming week or so, and hopefully yet more painted figures, and hopefully maybe a bit of modelling as well along the way. And now JC sent me that 54mm stuff. I've really got to get back to my Airfix 54mm Lancer as well and get him painted. I've done the trousers on him, but that's as far as it got. But I do need to get that completed. So look after yourselves. I'm rambling just like I did on the intro. Thank you very much for all the support and the kind words you've been giving me. It's always appreciated. And we will catch each other very soon on another video.